Hey Chad, what's happening? So it's Josh, and I want to walk you through this workflow. So let's imagine that we have Rodolfo is the athlete that we mentioned, right? He's 2 weeks ahead of everybody else. And I eventually want to deliver the same program to Robert and Stephanie, but they're going to start on different dates. Here's how I do this. So I'd program in real time on his calendar. Okay, so I'd go into Rodolfo's calendar, and let's say we're programming for him today. Okay, I'm going to create a session, and I want to walk through how we'd superset as well, right? So initially, I'm going to add a block, and you know what? I'm going to add a circuit because this is just a warm up. Okay, it's our dynamic warm up, and I want 10 yards of A skips, B skips, lateral lunges, inchworms. I want 10 air squats, right? So this is why I'd use a circuit. Okay, I don't really want to track this stuff, and I can still add video to it. So if I wanted to jump in and add an A skip, if I wanted to add a B skip, right, I can add anything I want here, and I can add as much as I want as well, right? I'm going to change this from conditioning to prep. Now let's jump into the actual training. Let's say, we're going to back squat, and then after back squat, we've got pull-ups, and we've got glute ham raises, right, and Russian twists. And in fact, I want the back squats to be done by themselves, but then I want the pull-ups, glute ham, and Russian twist to be paired together. You'll see these kind of chain links that would link two movements or two blocks together, right? So we've got C1 and C2 and then D, but I actually want C1, C2, C3, right? So then I'm coming in and I'm adding in my rep scheme, right? So maybe I want 3 by 10 on each of these. Right, and same thing here with the Russian twist. In fact, for the Russian twist, let's go 3 by 25. Right, where the back squat might be done on its own, and I'm adding in a different rep scheme for the back squat. Let's go with 3 by 5, and maybe these are higher level athletes who are going to work at a percentage, right? So we're going 50, 60, 70%, right? And then maybe I have an actual circuit at the end that's like a cool down or some mobility, okay? But let's imagine that this training was done. I'm going to go back to the calendar. So right now we've got kind of one session on the 31st, and I'm going to copy this. Let's just say, in fact, just to kind of demonstrate this, let's imagine we have a full week done for Rodolfo, and I know I want to package this into a program. I'm actually going to copy all of this, so I'm going to highlight, I'm going to hit copy or Control C. I'm going to go into the library, and in the library I'm going to create this program, right? So this is like our 4-week, let's go 2-week blocks initially. 2-week strength block 1, right? We actually want it to be 2 weeks long, 4 sessions per week. I'm going to create the program. So what we have is a blank program, but I've copied those 4 sessions. I'm just going to paste them here. So I know I'm building this kind of in the background, right? And then again, I'm programming in real time for Rodolfo. So next week I go into Rodolfo's calendar and I'm monitoring what he's doing, coaching him. In fact, let's go into the following week. Maybe he just does something similar, or I make some change here, right? Oftentimes I'll do a copy and then simply edit the session to adjust what we're doing just slightly. But now I've got that next week for him, and now I'm going to jump into the library and copying that week, and I'm just going to adjust this 2-week strength block, right? So now I've got the full 2 weeks. So if I begin to train a new athlete, let's imagine that I want to give Robert the same program that Rodolfo had. Well, now it's stored in my library, so I can go here, and rather than adding a session or creating it, I can just say, hey, let me add something from our library. Let's go to programs. I've got this 2-week strength block, and we need it to start, I don't know, next week on the 4th, and I hit OK and add it to the calendar. That whole program is being added to Robert's calendar. So that's how I'd work that flow in, right? So here we go, and it's ready to rock. So I'm going to clear this stuff off the calendar just so it's not messy, and I'll delete the program, but that's how I set up my daily workflow if I were you. If you have questions on this stuff or anything else, just let us know, Chad. And thanks for picking up today, man. Bye.